Hello, everyone, and welcome to your daily dose of spirituality with me, Bonnie B. We're getting ready to go back into the Kybalion. We're getting ready to go back into our study of the plane of correspondence. We're going to recap a couple things, and then we're going to jump in and start eating. Okay. For the recap, we know that as above, so below. As below, so above. We know that the universe is divided into three great classes of phenomena, known as the great physical plane, the great mental plane, and the great spiritual plane. We know that these three planes can be regarded as the three great groups or degrees of manifestation. We know that the subject of measurement is somewhat of a paradox because the occultists view a straight line as dimensional, as a view of a manner of dimensional. And they feel that the ordinary dimensions are space, the ordinary dimensions of space are length times breadth and height, or length, breadth, height, thickness with circumference. It says beyond this there is another dimension of created things or a measure of a straight line that is known to the occultists, and this has not yet applied to the term of dimensions for the scientists, but the occultists call it dimensions, and they view it as the fourth dimension. This is the dimension of vibration. Everything is in motion. Nothing stops moving from pole to pole. The vibration dimension. Remember, however, that the three great planes are not actual divisions of phenomena of the universe, but merely arbitrary terms used by the Hermeticists in order to aid in the thought and the study of the various degrees and forms of the universal activity and life. The Hermeticists subdivide each of the three great planes into 7 minor planes. And then each of these latter are also, these 7 minor planes are also subdivided into 7 minor divisions, being more or less arbitrary in fact. We know that the great mental plane comprises of forms of living things known to us in ordinary life, as well as certain other forms not so well known except to the occultists. We know that there's a classification of 7 minor mental planes that is more or less satisfactory and arbitrary, unless accompanied by an elaborate explanation which will form to the purpose of a particular work. But we may as well mention them, and this is what they were as follows. The mineral plane, plane of the elemental mind. So we have the mineral mind, the elemental mind, and the plant mind. The plane of the elemental mind, the plane of the animal mind, the plane of the elemental mind C, and the plane of the human mind. Now, the plane of the mental mind comprises of the states or conditions of the units or entities or groups or combinations of the same which animate the form known to us as minerals or chemicals, etc. The mental, the elemental. These entities must not be confounded with the molecules, atoms, and corpuscles themselves, the latter being merely the material bodies or forms of these entities, just as a man's body is but his material form and not himself. So it is the soul within you, the essence of who you are. Because to remove the soul from your body, there is nothing left but elemental. Do you understand? The elemental is the makeup of who you are. It is a material form and not himself. These entities may be called souls. I just told y'all that. In one sense, in the living being is a low degree of development, life, and mind. Just a little more than the units of living energy, which comprises of higher subdivisions of the highest physical plane. So that's what I was trying to tell you. Is that our human existence is an elemental existence. It's under certain conditions in which we live. And when you can get to the point where you can allow your element of peace in your mental mind to be at peace in order to manifest. Just what it says, God, all four dimensions have to be on point. You have to be lined to manifest something positive. Gotta be lined up. Got to. Hold on for 1 minute. I gotta go to the bathroom. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna pick up right here. The plane of the mineral mind comprises the states or conditions of the units or entities, which is the same as groups or combinations of the same thing, which animate a form known to us as minerals or chemicals, etc. These entities must not be confounded with the molecules, atoms, and corpuscles themselves, the latter being merely the material body or the blood vessels of man. Okay? These entities may become souls or may be called souls in one sense and are living beings of a low degree of development, life, and mind, just a little more than the units of living energy, which comprise the higher subdivisions of the physical plane. The average mind does not generally attribute the possession of the mind, soul, or life to the mineral kingdom. But the occultists recognize the existence of the same, and modern science is rapidly moving forward to the point of view of the Hermetic in this point. So mind, body, physicality, all of these in conjunction with essence. Essence deals with your will, your emotions, your state of mind during the time of this manifestation. All of these items play an important role in your manifestations. The state of mind you're in when you're manifesting plays a significant role in what you manifest. I'm trying to get you all to understand that every aspect of your human mind and your understanding of how energy works can all aid in your capabilities and abilities and what you desire as far as manifestations. They all work together. That's how come it's important to ground energy. The grounding of energy is finding one's center point and honing in on the focus and having an intent in your heart during the honing focus. For example, getting in touch with God, centering your energy to clear your mind of all distractions and focus on nothing but God. That's it. Just constantly telling Him thank you. Focusing all of your energy and giving Him thanks. And as you're giving Him thanks, you're breathing. And so as you're breathing, you're giving thanks for the ability to breathe. As you inhale, you thank Him for the inhaling. As you exhale, you thank Him for the exhaling. You thank Him for clearing your mind space. You go through the whole process of cleansing out your trash can. You release things that are bothering you deep down inside. You release. You find out what it is. And if it's pain in there that you find that you are focusing on is pain, then you say, Father, it hurts me so much. You be honest about that pain you feel. Because you need to manifest change. And in order to manifest this change, you need to dig deep. You need to dive deep down in your subconscious levels. That's why you got to wake up. So that you can face these things that are hiding in the recesses of your heart. They're hiding. They don't want to come out. Because you know when they come out after you have manifested or after you have begun your manifestation process. They come out later and they bring insecurities with them. So as you begin to doubt your manifestations. But if you go ahead and face them now, and empty them now, clean it up now, before you begin your manifestation process, then the imaginings can't come in and try to rob you. That's why they come. But these things that I'm trying to teach you is how to effectively manifest change. Okay? How to effectively change your mindset. And when you begin to understand that all of this stems from pain, because most of the reasons why we are stuck and most of the reasons why we tend to get stuck is because of painful experiences that we have undergone and no longer want to repeat. It's the pain. It's the experience of the pain and the depth of the hurt. The fact that people don't understand that pain from a heartache can hurt you to your bone. It can hurt you to the point where it makes you feel like the bottom of your heart is getting ready to fall out. And so, when you have experienced that depth of pain, sometimes it can knock you down and keep you down. But see, that's when you look up. That's when you acknowledge that I can do all things through Christ. That's when you begin to call on your spiritual power. You understand what I'm saying? That's when you begin to enact those positive affirmations. See, this is where they can root at. Because you done been knocked down. So now you on the floor. You done had a TKO. You on the floor. You got another round to go. Because you can't win on the floor. You got to get up to win. So now that you done had a TKO, you got to get back up because you got another bout. You got another round. Do you want to be out the bout? Is the fight over for you? Or you going to bounce back up and act like you still got some go? If you still got some go, you're going to bounce up. And when you bounce up, you're going to bounce up right this time. Because, see, they knocked you out the last time because you ain't had nothing to bounce you back up once they knocked you down. See, that's what your scriptures do. Your scriptures bounce you back. Might knock down, but you know, that's something I wanted to show you. See if I could find it. Hold on. Well, don't look like I'm going to find them right now. But I have something I wanted to show you. Okay, I'm ready now. In this thing called life, we go through shit. We go through a lot of shit. Sometimes life whoops our ass. Sometimes we go through situations that make us feel less than. And it tends to drag us under, make us feel like we're drowning. I'm here to tell you something. Got a message for you. It's got a message. God said, don't work that way, y'all. It just looks like it does. Really don't. On some real shit. Let me give y'all this little message right here. In life, it's hard. Because sometimes we go through things that we don't always understand. Sometimes we go through things and we know we don't always deserve the end that we wind up with. Some say the crap end of the stick. I'll buy that for $1, Alex. Rest in peace. And I want you to understand is this. We go through these things because in going through them we learn lessons. And sometimes the lessons we gotta learn, we can't always get them right the first time. So you know what God will do? Knock you over. He'll knock you over. But he'll knock you over. Because you know why? No matter how many times you get knocked over, you get back up. Get back up. You might fall back, but you get back up. You might get knocked to the left, but you get back up. You get back up because as long as you can get back up, as long as you can stay afloat, as long as you can keep it moving, you're going to be alright. You know why? Because life goes in circles. Life continues to go in circles. It continues to gravitate. It continues to go in circles. You understand what I'm saying? We might wobble to the left, we might wobble to the right. But the point of the matter is that if you fall, get back up. Get back up. Don't stay stuck. Keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. You see how Mickey keep it moving? Mickey say it's alright. I'm going to keep it moving. I'm going to keep it moving. The race ain't given to the swift. It's given to the one that endures. If I stay up on my feet, if I don't allow the life and situations of life something that keeps coming up against me, if I don't let it knock me out the race, I'll be alright. Feel me? Don't let it knock you out the race. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. So we might have to weeble wobble, but we ain't gonna fall down. Gonna bounce back up. It's like Mickey. Bounce back up. Stay on your feet. Stay on your feet. No matter how many times you get knocked over, stay on your feet. Because as long as you can look up, you can get up. Okay? Don't take on the defeatist attitude. Understand that everything that you do, there's a lesson to be learned. And everything you do, there's a lesson to be learned. And everything you do, there's a lesson to be learned. And everything that you do, there's a lesson to be learned. It's your outlook. It's your outlook. Attitude determines altitude. Attitude determines altitude. Attitude determines altitude. How high do you want to go? Attitude determines altitude. Perspectives in life, perspectives in general. What is your perspective? What is your outlook? How do you see your future? What do you want? Release the pain. Is that something you really want to carry into your future? These are things you must look at. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. They don't fall down. They wobble. They don't fall down. What I'm trying to tell you is that as long as you remain in the mind of the all, as long as you understand that nothing can pluck you out of his hand, you might wobble, but you won't fall down. And if you fall down, bounce up. Look up. I look to the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. Look up. I look to the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. Look up. Even when you're on your back. That's why God put you on your back. He needs you to look up and realize. I look to the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. Know that you are more than a conqueror. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Be blessed, my beloved. Till it's time for your next daily dose of your spiritual vitamin. With me, Bonnie B. Love you guys. You like the content of the channel? Check subscribe. Come on back. Join me for another daily dose. Love you all, my beloved. Stay blessed until then. Bye-bye.